Good morning, GF. Giants football. I wanted to just come on and talk a little bit about what a great few days this has been for this franchise. When we picked up Galladay on Saturday and it was official, the fan base was ecstatic. I was so excited. All I could think about is Eli throwing that touchdown pass fade to Plexico Burress in 2007 Super Bowl. I mean, this is that type of receiver. And I know some people are going to doubt it until they see it. But this guy, 18 yards a catch on average. This is a downfield big play receiver. Yeah, he may not have the game-breaking speed of a Diggs. But you know what? Different organizations do things differently. And I'd rather have the big, tall, physical target downfield, especially for the tall quarterback Jones, who tends to throw his best balls downfield. I'm very excited about Galladay. And then the Giants go and cap it off by bringing in Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson, 4th-ranked cover corner in the NFL in 2019. A young, athletic speedster who can cover guys like Tyreek Hill. Okay? Last year, he was injured for most of the year. Okay? People were worried about his injury. He's a young kid. He just turned 25. Listen, at that age, these athletes bounce back. These aren't your average humans like you or me. You know? These guys are different. Their bodies are rare. They have the finest people and the finest trainers in the world. Okay? That's why I know Barkley's coming back to have a career season this year. And the Giants are setting him and Jones up for big seasons. I mean, I've calmed down. I waited a few days to calm down. Because my passion level was so high. I probably say things that are stupid. But the Giants are loaded, man. And if you don't think so, go listen to some of the Eagle fans. The Eagle fans who always poo-pooed on us. I've heard several Eagle fans say the Giants are going to be a problem. We're loaded. Okay? Now, Rudolph, another guy. You brought in Rudolph. This guy's, he's a little older. He may not be the same guy as 4 years ago, but he's 6'6", a big target in the red zone. Forget that. More importantly, people are worried about the O-line. Look at him as an addition to the O-line. He's a big blocker on the outside. And we all know that when Barkley gets through that first lane of defenders and hits the outside, bye-bye. Barkley's gone. He's a big blocker on the outside, okay? Traditional old-school tight end. To go with the other tight end, Smith. Now, listen, Ingram was never a tight end, man. We're using him as a tight end, but he's really a slot wide receiver. And maybe Judge intends to start using him as a slot wide receiver. I think you'd find Ingram a lot more comfortable downfield with his hands if he worked out of the slot. Sometimes you might want to line him up on the outside and move one of the other receivers on the slot. I mean, they're probably going to include a lot of motion. Ross, this guy's a game breaker. I mean, he hasn't really shown it on a consistent basis, but I don't think he's had the opportunity to. Plus, when you're unhappy somewhere, you tend to mentally let down and emotionally. And football is a passionate sport. If your emotion's not into the sport, you're not going to bring it. And then you fall off with the coach, and then you're unhappy. Listen, organizations like Cincinnati and Detroit, players don't want to be there too long. They never go the extra miles to finish and complete a team that can make a real run. Cincinnati had a sick defense for almost a decade. Couldn't win a playoff game. What does that tell you, man? Couldn't be more happier with this team. So excited. Can't wait. Listen. A lot of people say, don't listen to the people on ESPN or these sports shows. They have hate for the Giants. They're negative against Gettleman. He traded their darling Odell. It was the best move he ever made. It was the beginning. Didn't draft Haskins. Took this guy out of Duke. Dude, Haskins got one foot on a banana peel and another foot out the door already. Okay? Jones is going to be the guy. I'm a big believer Jones is going to be a real quarterback. He's going to be good. He's got all the tools, the big arm, tall, he's smart. The players on the team love him because he is there before the sun rises and he's the last guy out the building. Another Eli. Film, training. He's working on it. Guys like that succeed. Now you went out and gave him the weapons. And the defense. Huh. People, let the haters hate. Listen to it. Because, boy, are we going to shove it down their throat in the next 2 or 3 years. I think the Giants are on a 5-6 year run here. For all the years that we suffered the last few years, we're about to have a big-time run. Be excited. Let the haters hate. Because, boy, is the wine going to taste good when we shove it in their throat. Put this down. We're going for 5-6 years of big-time football. Believe it. Don't worry about it. Don't doubt it. Believe it. The New York Giants are back. And I'm telling you where my expectation is. My expectation is the Super Bowl. We're going to go to the Super Bowl in the next 2-3 years. The Giants, this coming year, they'll be a team that's going to be reckoned with. This defense is a beast. Now comes the draft. Forget the sexy players. We don't need receivers. There's 2 players, because I don't think the Giants are probably going to go for Micah Parsons, even though I think he's a generational linebacker. Something to consider. 2 players. And I'm hearing Gettleman is crazy about one. Aziz from Georgia. Beast outside edge rusher. Plays vicious, physical. A guy, the perfect guy. That guy's going to be an elite defensive end. Draft him at 11. If you want to go the other way, we all know who it is. The final piece to solidify this young and what will grow into a strong offensive line. Go get Rashawn Slater. One of those 2 players at 11. Unless you can find a small little trade back a couple picks, maybe New England at 15, and gain their 48, then do that. It's got to be the offensive line or the defensive end. Me personally, I'm hearing Gettleman loves Aziz from Georgia. I've been watching film. I'm in love with that guy. That guy's a monster. The type of monster defensive end that we haven't had since we had Strahan, Ossie, and Tuck. Go get him. You have Lorenzo on the other side. You're mixing Eximitas. You're mixing the guy from Minnesota. We are good. Okay? So whatever one you get in the first round, you're going to have to go get the other position in the second round. And then in the third round, I'd go get a defensive tackle. Add another defensive tackle for losing Thomas and a big, fat, strong nose tackle. Over our history, we seem to know how to draft them. Get excited. Can't wait. The warning's out to the NFC. They're building a monster in New York. The New York Giants are back. Team to be reckoned with. Believe it, it's true. It's not just on paper. Because they were showing some signs last year without the talent. And when it's all said and done, and we're partying on a Super Bowl night with our 5th Lombardi, there's going to be a lot of haters, Stephen A. Smith, ESPN crew. A lot of people are going to be bowing down to Mr. Dave Gettleman and Joe Judge.